What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Philadelphia Sixers fans have long tired of Joel Embiid, and according to reports, the Philadelphia 76ers organization has grown impatient and tired now of Joel Embiid's bullshit. Okay? So the Philadelphia 76ers are now 15-27. This has been a disastrous season. This was a year in which the going into this year with the acquisition of Paul George, other pieces, Joel Embiid having what was, even though it was a small sample size, I think only 39 games, but in those games last year, he put up career numbers on a per game basis. So if Joel Embiid was healthy, plus the other pieces, it was projected that the Sixers could have a championship level season. Instead, as I said, they're 15-27. They're 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. They're in danger of missing out on the playoffs altogether. And a large portion of that has been Joel Embiid's unavailability. Embiid has battled minor injuries throughout the year, recently recovering from a foot injury just to be ruled out with knee swelling. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, he's revealed that the player and team are due to have a conversation about the future of the season with mounting frustrations as Embiid struggles to stay healthy. According to Shams Charania, the team and Joel Embiid will have to have some conversations about health. That's been the key word. I said that word yesterday. It has played such a big factor with the Philadelphia 76ers season. The unknowingness of whether he's going to play on any given night. Even tonight, from what I hear, he remains rehabbing and doing everything he can to get back to the floor. But there have been some frustrations, from my understanding, throughout the year of not having him here. Sham referenced that the Sixers don't want to rush Embiid, but are incentivized to figure out what's wrong so they can pick a direction for the rest of the season. He knows his body better than anyone else. There is a level of respect where a player may not feel ready based on how he's feeling because he knows himself better than anyone else. The way the Sixers season is going, they do have a protected first-round pick this year, so there's a level of incentive there we have to speak to. And you know, one of the things that, first of all, I think mentally he's put on this team. I'm not saying that he's faking all his injuries or anything like that, but earlier this year he voiced how he thinks the Sixers, the city of Philadelphia, doesn't appreciate him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Me personally, I think that he's quit on this team. And of course, the way that his contract is structured, they can't trade him right now. And he's taking full advantage of that. And it's not just the missed games, it's the attitude. It's him showing up late all the time. He's the poster boy for this stuff, man. Him and Zion Williamson, they're the worst when it comes to the worst habits to have in your supposed best player. He's not the team leader. He doesn't seem like he leads the team by example. You hear reports about him always being late to practice. You know what I'm saying? The last one to show up when it comes to practice or team meetings or hell, even when boarding a flight to go to play in another city. He's always the last one. That's not indicative of a leader. That's more or less the behavior you would expect from like maybe a rookie bench riding type guy. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I can't even say that because the bench riders, they're gonna be on their best behavior because they know that any given time they could be cut. So I can't even say that. And I've said this before. When you look at the way the NBA is structured, these players, it always pains me to say this because I like to see brothers make money. But I'm sorry, if you notice, the people who seem to miss the most games are the players who make the most money. The players who are sort of borderline stars or guys who, you know what I'm saying, may not necessarily even be in the league 2 or 3 years from now. They're the ones that seem to be able to play 70, 75 games, even 80 games a year, barring some serious injury. It always seems to be the case. It seems like the guys who miss the most games are the ones who have the 45, 55, nowadays $60 million per year contract. Because they said there's no incentive for them to want to play. They have grown, I hate to say it, but they have kind of, success has spoiled them. That drive to play is not there. They'll play when they want to play. And that's a shitty product to have as far as the NBA is concerned. If you're a Sixer fan, do you really want to? The other day, I'm not saying that this was necessarily anybody's particular fault with the Clippers. The other day, yesterday, wasn't it? Was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. The Celtics came out to beat the Clippers. If I'm not mistaken, in that game for the Clippers, they were without Kawhi Leonard. They were without what's his name? Powell. I keep forgetting his name. They were without Powell. They were without Kawhi Leonard, and they were without James Harden. Norman Powell, excuse me. They were without Norman Powell, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard. So you just had role players. I mean, fine, it happens from time to time, but it seems to happen all the time, man. And to me, if I was the Sixers organization, you're 15 and 27 on the year. There's very little chance that you're going to be able to salvage this season, blow it up. The process has failed because all that's going to happen is if you try to push him to play, because this happens every year, you try to push him to play, and you hope to eat through the playoffs, right? Let's say you eat through, and he plays through these little minor injuries, right? What's going to happen is, as usual, by late March into early April, he's going to suffer a more significant injury that's going to hobble him through the playoffs, and it's going to be the same thing over and over again. At this point, in my opinion, this is just my humble opinion, I think that Joel Embiid's lack of dedication to his craft, in particular, him not taking better care of his body, has caught up with him. Or when he goes out there and performs and plays, he can still give you 25 to 27 points a night. But the problem is his availability. And a lot of these things are probably, some of it's probably him not taking the best care of his body. And maybe some of it is just the fact that he's a big guy. And, big players, especially in today's NBA, they're just not going to last long. That's why you don't see 7'3", 7'4" guys like that anymore. And when you do see them, they look like, Victor Wembanyama. They look like stick figures. Because the days of the big plotting, centers that they don't work in today's league. They're going to break down. That's what we're seeing with Joel Embiid. But I'm not even going to give him an out on that level. It's the fact that this guy just has, to me, he don't want to be there. He don't want to be there. He don't give a crap. He doesn't seem to show that he gives a crap. He's not invested mentally, I think, in that organization like that. You don't want to play. So when the Sixers, if it gets to the point the Sixers to sit down with you, they see what the play is. So I think what they should just go ahead and do, man, is just chop it up as a loss. Chop it up as a loss and just trade all these clowns, man. I think Ticket did the video about the other day. I agree 100%. Just trade everybody. Blow up the whole team. Trade Joel Embiid. Trade everybody. Paul George. Trade every asset you got and just start over from scratch. And I agree with Ticket on this. Get rid of front office too. Get rid of everybody and start over fresh. Scorched earth policy. Get rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Murk everything moving. Get rid of everybody and start over. Because Joel Embiid's era, in my opinion, with the Sixers have been a complete and total failure. And the fact this dude never got the second round playoffs is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. But anyway, that's just all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.
Real.